Ana Santiago, Resident Services Administrator with CMHA. Welcome to our Digital Literacy webinar, and thank you for joining us today. We're excited to partner with Olivet Housing to bring you practical tips and tools to help you build your digital skills. Whether you are a beginner or looking to enhance what you already know, we're glad that you're here. And without further ado, please welcome Mr. Stephen Williams.
Thank you, Ms. Ana Santiago. We really appreciate you and the entire staff at CMHA. Thank you for allowing me this opportunity, affording me this opportunity to let you know about the Olivet Housing and Community Development Corporation, and also the great partnership that we have with CMHA. So, community-based correctional facility. Since September of 2023, we've conducted 10 cohorts there. We actually, at the beginning of this year, have started 2 more, so that would be 12. We provided over 74 digital skills and computer training classes there for the men there, and which turns out to be the equivalent of training 114 unduplicated individuals and 733 duplicated individuals, which means we have 4-week classes there, and we all are about leveling up your training. You stacking your training so you can grow in your digital literacy. And since January 2025, we certified 41 men in at least one of the 17 North Star Digital Literacy online skills and assessments. This is another one of our workforce. It was with Oswald Companies, an insurance firm, large firm here in Cleveland, Ohio. We have, this program is in hiatus right now, but back in 2003 and 2004, we had 2 cohorts. We teamed up, we had a 4-month career development program for those who are desiring or wishing to enter the growing insurance industry. And it was 3 days a week. It was earn while you learn. And folks would get training 2 days here with digital skills training and professional development, and a day of training at Oswald Companies to get an entry-level job as a client administrator or client services administrator with a starting salary of $45,000 and with full benefits. And we also, as our partnership with Olivet Institutional Baptist Church, with the Greater Cleveland Food Bank and Meyer Fairfax Market, we do have a food pantry that runs every 3rd Saturday of the month throughout the year. And in between April of the year through November, we also have what's called our Produce to the People distributions, where we are provided over 7,000 pounds of fresh produce for the Greater Cleveland Food Bank to distribute to the community. And we go beyond just passing out food to the community. We provide what's called our Healthy Nutritional Enhancement Program. And along with providing the healthy foods that we do, we try to educate the community on the various dynamics of nutrition to help eliminate some of the health disparities that are prevalent in low income and Black communities. So over the last couple of years, in 2024 and 2025, we have served the equivalent of 124,874 meals to a total of close to 3,700 households and over 9,000 individuals. Here are our commitments at the OHCDC. We're committed to providing vocational training opportunities, digital skills and computer training, as we'll discuss more in a few moments, professional skills development, social support, individualized self-paced training, personal development, career services, and counseling. And we try to be a partner in employment opportunities. So here's the issue. The digital divide is the issue. Digital equity is the goal. Digital inclusion is the work. And I can add in there digital literacy is what we're talking about today, so we can increase folks' literacy on digital devices. So just some definitions for those who may not know what these terms, or it may be new to you, but the digital divide is the gap between those who have affordable access, skills, and support to effectively engage online and those who do not. Thank you. And digital equity, well, I'm gonna start with back with digital divide. Digital divide, the gap between those who have affordable access, skills, and support to effectively engage online and those who do not. That's the divide. And those who individuals who are considered low income, who are marginalized populations, who be considered disenfranchised based on your race, maybe your again your socioeconomic status or where you live. That can create a digital divide. You don't have the opportunities that people in other areas with maybe more income and higher socioeconomic status, those who don't have disabilities, have access to. So digital equity is the condition in which all individuals and communities have the information technology capacity needed for full participation in your society, no matter your socioeconomic status, no matter if you have a disability or not, no matter where you. Digital inclusion. That refers to the activities that are necessary to ensure that all individuals and communities, even the most disadvantaged, have access to the digital modern world. And that includes getting internet service, being provided internet-enabled devices that meet the needs of the user, access to digital literacy training, as we'll discuss in more detail in a few moments. Quality technical support with CMHA Digital Inclusion Team provides, and applications and online content designed to enable and encourage self-sufficiency, participation, and digital literacy. That's what we're going to be talking about. That is what we teach. We have digital education to increase your digital literacy so we can have a digitally equitable world. So digital literacy are those skills with using a mobile device, using a laptop, using a desktop, how to um, connect to your my chart, how to, if you have online appointments with your medical team, all those sorts of things, paying your bills online, paying your rent at CMHA, emailing folks, creating a resume, all those sorts of things, is applying for a job. Those things have become all digital. We want to make sure we increase folks' digital literacy so we can decrease the digital divide in our communities. So here's an overview of our partnership, how it started with CMHA back in 2022. We started a new community-based initiative called the Grow with Google Basic Digital Skills and Job Readiness Training Program for justice impacted communities and their families. So at the beginning of 2023, I reached out to then the CMHA Digital Inclusion Administrator, Mary Kate Hammer. She moved on up. She's now the Deputy Director of Information Technology. But I reached out to her to see if CMHA was interested in collaborating with the OHCDC so we can help CMHA residents by providing our basic digital skills and computer training program for them. So when I reached out to her and the CMHA team in early 2023, including their leadership, the CEO, Jeffrey Patterson, they didn't hesitate. They said yes immediately because we share a singular mission that's closing the digital divide in Cleveland through equity and access. And shout out to Gabrielle Jones, who been an integral part in this, as well as planning all the cohorts at the different residences that we've taught at. We want to give her a special shout out. She's the administrative operations specialist with the digital inclusion team. So just an overview of our curriculum. So if we teach a class at a certain CMHA residence, this is what you're going to get. So this is two portions to our curriculum. This is the Grow with Google piece, the basic digital skills and computer training curriculum. We teach from the Google platform. So, and it's totally free. If you have a Gmail account, you have a Google account, you can access these things. So we do training on Google Drive, Google Docs, Google Calendar, and Google Meet, and Gmail as well. And a significant part of this program is learning about protecting yourself from online fraud, identity theft, and scams. Because as you increase your online presence, you learn how to use your computer more. You learn how to use your desktop, your laptop, a tablet, a Chromebook, or your cell phone more. We become more susceptible to being a victim of online fraud, of a scam, become more susceptible to hackers. So we want to give you the warning signs, the red flags, to be aware of what you need to do in order to protect yourself online. As we always say, yes, the internet is a wonderful and amazing place, but there are some people on there who try to take advantage of us. But as long as we know the warning signs, the red flags, we can go in there confidently and with courage and just be a part of that digital world. We often have some pathways for job searching, job readiness, and next step job readiness skills just using the Google platform. And right here, these are our enhanced digital skills and computer training curriculum. And there's a picture from a class at Mount Auburn. But we utilize, and CMHA has helped us get this established. Back in January 2025, we started using the North Star Digital Literacy Curriculum. And this provides students the opportunity to improve their basic digital skills and become certified in 18 different digital literacy areas. So this is an online, self-paced, guided assessment. We go over some of the assessments and have individuals take it on their own as Trey and I are proctors during those sessions. But you see, there's essential computer skills, phone keyboard basics, and logging in, basic computer skills, internet basics, using email. And also we touch on Windows 10, Windows 11, and the Mac system. And then there's essential software skills where we have assessments about Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, Microsoft PowerPoint, and Google Docs. And then using technology in daily life, as I mentioned earlier, social media, career search, telehealth appointment, distance learning, school learning, and learn about your digital footprint and cybersecurity basics. So if you pass with an 85% in any one of these, you will get certified in that area, a legitimate certification through North Star. And at the end of our cohorts, you'll get a certificate of completion from OHCDC to CMHA, Google, and North Star Digital Literacy for completing the program. And then you get this enhanced certificate from North Star where it has all, and we stack our learning. If you pass all 18 certifications would be on your certificate, and you could put these things on your resume. If you pass, we want to make sure folks pass at least the first two to four. That's basic. You got the essential basic skills then, but some folks pass even more. So this is just an overview of how an 8-week class would go at a CMHA site. So we just started a class at Olivet. The Olivet Community Center had a great start there last Friday, but we do a meet and greet orientation for the first class. Then the next class, we talk about protecting yourself from online scams. And every class, you'll have some time to do some North Star digital literacy assessments. Then we learn about the basics of Gmail with North Star digital literacy assessments. Learn the basics of Google Calendar with the literacy assessments, Google Drive. If there's a holiday, we'll take a class off. Then we learn about Google Docs, Google Sheets and Slides, Google Meet, and then we have a graduation celebration to culminate the 8 weeks or a 4-week class, which we're doing with community builders and CMHA We have a graduation ceremony. You get your certificates. We celebrate you. We have some food because we become a family over the course of these 8 classes. So with the help of CMHA's awesome digital inclusion team, picture to the right, we accomplished the following since April 2023. We've conducted over 175 basic digital skills and computer training classes at 17 different CMHA properties for over 1,100 residents. And I didn't mention at the graduation, CMHA provides you, if you finish the cohort, it's 8 classes. We know life happens. So we ask individuals if they can make at least 5 classes. If you make at least 5 classes, we hope you make all 8, but we understand you get provided with a digital device from CMHA, their digital inclusion team. So if you want a Chromebook, a laptop, or desktop, it is yours if you finish the 4-week or 8-week cohort. And they will have provided over 150 digital devices for residents at CMHA. And then the 1,100 residents, that's duplicated. We believe in stacking your learning, growing and enhancing it. So we do 8 classes, and we count every time we teach a class, that's training somebody with something new, a new digital skill, a new digital tool. So again, just highlighting our accomplishments and our impact since October 2022 through December 2025. This is us as a whole, and not just with CMHA. We conducted over almost 500 digital skills and computer training classes and trained over 4,600 individuals using our Grow with Google and North Star digital literacy curriculums. And just I'm gonna backtrack just a tad bit. When Pastor Coleman came on board, we got a grant initially back in 2019 with Google to provide Google IT tech support, and we had a great cohort then. And then, as I mentioned a little bit earlier, in 2022, we got another grant from Google, and that's how we really got into the world, into the ecosystem, providing digital skills, computer training, and job readiness for individuals. So you see all the properties, 17 different CMHA properties since we started. You see Bel Air, King Kennedy, Lakeview Tower, LaRon, Miles, Elmarge, Mount Urban, Auburn. I'm gonna shout everybody out. Old Cedars, Springbrook, Union Square, Legacy, Wood Hill, Station West, Althwaite, Riverside Park Community Center. We'll be starting at Heritage in April, and we're looking forward to expanding even more. Again, we're a small team, but we're mighty. And we've been doing an awesome job of providing these services. And we also, as I said, I mentioned the Oriental House, we provide these services to. We taught classes at the YWCA, the City Mission, the Haven Home, and University Settlement. So here are some success stories and pictures. So I believe the picture on the left, that was our very first class. That was at King Kennedy North. Right next to that is Old Cedar, where we taught classes, and it's graduation day for the folks. Right here are some of our new classes with our partnership with community, a unique partnership that CMHA has with community builders. That's trade teaching at Wood Hill Station West, a couple of classes there. Here are some classes at Lakeview Tower and also Miles Elmarge, graduation day for those groups. Again, another class from Wood Hill. And also that was another class at King Kennedy North or South. I might got it mixed up. And that's a picture from Miles Elmarge. That's the graduation. That was a wonderful group, great group there. You see they're excited. We have a wonderful time in these classes. And this class is another Miles Elmarge. And then to the right, we utilize Google Meet. And then they put the filter on to add graduation hats and their diplomas on a Google Meet to the right. So we learn a lot of skills. We have a lot of fun. Got a few more pictures to show. Lakeview, that's Lakeview Terrace Community Center on the left and Lakeview Tower. And then one of our star pupils, and this is what we're looking for. We're looking for individuals in this class. If I haven't mentioned it already, we see this is a judgment-free zone. We see individuals who are on the beginning stage who need to know, how do you turn on a desktop? How do you turn on a laptop? How do you use a mouse? What's an internet browser? On the beginning stage, if you come to our class, you are in the right place. But we also see individuals who are on almost the expert level stage. They know how to do all those things plus more. And then we have people right in the middle who, I know some stuff, but I'm trying to brush up on my skills. I haven't touched the computer in a while. I want to learn some more. A lady at Riverside yesterday, she dropped into the class the day of. She dropped up yesterday. She walked into the community center, saw what's happening. She came in. I got some experience with computers and Gmail and Google. But when we show her the nuances of Google, it's like peeling back an onion. There's so many layers. She was like, this is new to me. I've never seen this stuff in Google. And she was excited to learn some new things. But there's a star pupil in the class. Her name was Miss Tina Cummins, and she was an expert at Lakeview Terrace Community Center at Lakeview Tower. And that cohort, she started teaching for me at the end. So we like, oh, Mary Kay, Gabby, those star pupils who have these skills and are able to teach their neighbors. CMHA have opportunities where they can become a part-time digital navigator and teach their neighbors. So that's the goal. We want to train the trainer, so you have neighbors, CMHA, your neighbor, teaching you these digital skills, because there are so many jewels in all these classes, so many gems, people who know all these things. And I'll say this, know more than I do, and they can be able to teach their residents, and that's a beautiful thing. And then that was a graduation class at the Lakeview Community Center, their Spectrum Training and Technology Center, and that's a class on the right at LaRonde that Trey is teaching at. So yeah, so I'm done with my presentation at this time. There are any questions, comments, thoughts? Would love to talk and have a conversation regarding digital literacy, digital education. Y'all are the terms, digital equity, digital inclusion. You're very welcome. Should I stop sharing or keep this up? Okay, all right, okay, yes. So they are in person. It just depends on, we work with the CMHA digital inclusion team, led by Mary Kate Hammer and then Gabrielle Jones, and they make the decision of where's the next class going to be. So they contact us to see if we'll be able to teach at a certain site, a certain residence. And then if it fits in our schedule, then we make it happen and we teach the classes in person at whichever site is next on the list. And again, we normally do 8-week classes, once per week. And at the community builder site, Wood Hill West, their classes are 4 weeks, 2 days a week. Yes, we do have classes here. We don't have any classes scheduled at this time, but we do plan on starting some classes in the spring here in our site, in our computer lab. Oh yeah, so excellent question. And that's part of our training. What's called is 3 type of scams that we go over. And one of them is called phishing, a phishing scam, where it could be either now is on our phones. We got to be very careful with our phones. We get phishing text messages, phishing emails that look very similar, that might look like something that's legitimate, something that is credible, but we have to know the warning signs. If the email or the text message is urgent, your bank account has been closed, it's been hacked, please provide this information ASAP and click on the attachment in the email or text. That type of urgency. They want you to act off the emotion, that sort of thing. That is a red flag. If they ask you to click on something or asking for personal information, what's your login? Obviously, when they asking for your social security number, that sort of thing, any personal information they ask for, like let's say if it's your bank, your financial institution that you bank with, they would not be asking you in the email or text to provide that or click on certain things. They want you to click on stuff. They want you to provide that type of information because they want you to act off the emotion. So that's something to be aware of when you get text messages or email, and it may look like it's from, and then they got somewhere, it looks like it's coming from USPS, United States Postal Service, or UPS, or Amazon. Spelling, it might be spelling errors. The logo might be off a little bit, but they're trying to get you to act right away. So just take a deep breath, breathe, relax, especially if it's coming from your bank or something. Contact them. You ask them, did you send this? Call them. Did you send this to me? That sort of thing. And if you are just wary, you nervous about something, ask somebody. Ask a trusted family member. If you're able to connect with the CMHA digital inclusion team, contact them, and they can help you see if that's a credible email or text or not, if it's a phishing scam. And there are also employment scams and also romance scams that we talk about as well. Please be careful falling in love online. Excellent question. And this is important because everything has become digital now for the most part. And we have to take that step to have some type of, even if and this is not just for seniors or older adults, this is for those who are just kind of, skeptical sometimes of being online, but paying bills. 9 times out of 10, you doing that online now. Banking, a lot of banking is done online now. Telehealth, school. Um, just if you just want to surf the web and see the great things that's on the internet, you need these type of things. Buying stuff, purchasing items. A lot of that, I mean, it's very important. So the world is coming into that stage, is becoming a more modern digital world, and having these tools are very, very important, because a lot of things, even with CMHA, I didn't provide that during the classes at CMHA. We do a training on how to pay your rent online, because a lot of things are becoming online to take care of certain things with your CMHA housing status and that sort of thing. So we try to add that in there because things are going toward that way. We even touch on AI a little bit. So people are not super afraid of artificial intelligence, but also know how to utilize it and and you lead AI and not AI lead you. It's a great tool, and it's important to learn these sorts of things. And how we decrease the digital divide is what we're doing at CMHA. So for residents who are definitely impacted by the digital divide based off of social location, social economic status, maybe your race, we want to provide these tools. That was part of Google's work. Their justice reform work is individuals who have been impacted by the justice system, either them or their families. They may not have all these tools to be successful in the modern world, in the modern workforce, and also with daily life. So we want to make sure everyone has these tools, these digital skills and tools, and increase their literacy, and that ultimately decreases the digital divide. Okay, excellent. If I may, I want to share something else. If we have some time, that's a great question. I want to show you how we utilize North Star. Okay, so got it there. I got North Star here. So that's a very great question. And this is the North Star page. Miss Anna, can you see this? Okay, so during our classes, we do the North Star training. You have time to do North Star assessments. You can practice this on your own. You see the digitalliteracy.assessment.org, that's the website, or you could just simply search for North Star Digital Literacy. So to that question, here to show you how assessment goes. So here's the assessment. We'll start it, we'll skip the orientation. But there's a question on here, and hopefully I could just skip to it. Okay, so select website. Or we got to go through the questions. So let's just go through it. It won't take long. Select the internet browser. Internet browser is something like Chrome. You'll click on that. You, you can collect through the internet through a wireless router, a cable box, or modem. And right here, you see HTTPS. If you see a website that has that, that's secure. Or you might see a lock, on there. So HTTPS, you want to see that behind the website, or if it's a lock, some might say not secure, and you know for sure that's not secure. We click on that, open a new browser. So you see that HTTPS, that is secure, because we got to be very careful, because even legitimate websites, like even a LinkedIn, there may be scams on there trying to get people information looking for a job. So you got to be even careful on these credible websites. We close that. So this is how you will go through the class through an assessment. I'm going through it very quickly. So we refresh it. Bookmark it. Go to youtube.com. Most common interview question videos. Go down and play the video. So this is what you'll be doing on the assessments. I want to get to one one of the questions. Birds in Minnesota, Minnesota birds. Images. Show all downloads. Episode 8. You go to the logo, events right here. Normandale Community College. Nonprofits usually have a .org. So we'll click on the three dots, find, and put in application. Okay. See, I mean, and then it gets harder and harder when you take these assessments, but this may be something that somebody needs to learn, and you take your time and you can gain these skills. January 25th, the question is coming up. Thank you for y'all patience through this assessment. 1984. Then you go to next. And y'all see, I'm not a robot. You'll see that when you sign into an account and hit submit it. This is a great question. When you on, we tell the participants in our class, when you're on a public computer, when you in our class taking it, those are all public computers. When you at the library, when you using somebody else's computer for a moment, if you log any type of account, if it's your Google account, your Yahoo account, if you search your want to know stuff on your financial and your finances in your bank account, anything like that, make sure you never save any passwords on public computers, and make sure you always log out, because when you log out, they won't have an opportunity to look what you're doing, see what you're doing. Everything will be closed. You want nobody to look at your browsing history, do it in a new private window. This is a good one. Your account is canceled now. As I said to the previous question, that's urgency. Your account about to be canceled. We're sending you an email to let you know your credit card has been expired. To update your information, please visit your account. Your friends at Netflix. This just a lot of things are off about this, because they won't tell you to click on there. Your account will be canceled now. 9 times out of 10, we got the app, or we paying it a certain way. Pay it that way. Go through the app. Go through something that you know where it's from. Just be careful with those sorts of things, because they try to get us. Because I want to watch Netflix. I get my account, and this may be not safe. So I'm gonna click no. I don't think you should click on this in here. And here's that question I wanted to get to that question, Ms. Anna. HTTP. It doesn't have the S right there, and it also says not secure. So hopefully the web browser that you're using will have this type of information. If it doesn't have that S on there, if it doesn't have a lock symbol, it might say not secure. This is not valid. So this is not safe. So you should not enter your credit card information on there. Amazon, yes. Say Amazon.com, but as we talked about, the HTTPS, S is for that secure. If it doesn't have that, it's not secure. So this is correct. Anti-malware or antivirus. Make sure you always update in your phones. Make sure you're updating your computers and devices. So we finished it. Let's see what we did. Hopefully, we live streaming. We're doing a digital literacy assessment. You teach these classes. Hopefully, we got 100. Maybe I didn't go. Hopefully, I didn't go too fast. 98.8. We got 98.8. We passed. So I missed the one, but you needed 85% to pass that one. So that's how the North Star goes. And then they answer some of those questions, and we talk about those questions as well. But yeah, no problem. How can digital literacy protect you online? As we talked about, as you increase your digital, let me get back to, I want to see folks, let me stop sharing. As you increase your online presence, as you come to classes like this, you tune in to webinars like this, you get the tools that you need. The education, knowledge is power. That digital education, once you could commit to getting educated, being educated digitally, it will protect you. It will protect you online. It'll keep you safe, and then you can explore it, without having any fears or apprehension, because now you know the warning signs, now you know the red flags. And as we continue to educate people, especially individuals at CMHA and the other places that we teach, we are decreasing the digital divide. Now it's becoming a more level playing field out here with just everyday living. And then also with becoming a becoming a member of the model force, because everything is becoming digital. And then another thing that we see, especially with our CMHA classes, beyond this, just the digital education, increasing the digital literacy, coming together. Somebody asked earlier about in person. Yes, it's in person classes. If we need to do anything virtually, Trent and I can meet with you that way. But in person is important. There's some people who said, I don't get out of my apartment a lot. And they had this program going on. I wanted to connect, and they connected with us, they connected with their neighbors. And again, we do become family at the end. And also, our digital literacy increases, and we become more knowledgeable about what's out here in the world. Okay, certainly. Okay, awesome. I'll put my information in the chat right now. Okay, all right. Hopefully it was helpful. Um, yeah, okay, awesome. Hold on, just copy and paste on real quick. Yeah, yeah, yes, you're very welcome. You're very welcome. Thank you for having me. Likewise. All right, take care. Bye.